guys. Pumped on Life with Bruce and Rachel, and we're talking about one of Bruce's favorite subjects today. We're talking about integrity.
Yes, and one of the most important things that we've heard his quote is, what do you do when nobody is watching? I kind of butchered that a little bit, but C.S. Lewis said it perfectly. And so if you want to find that quote, go ahead and look that up, and he'll say it a little bit better. But that's pretty much what it is.
It's doing the right thing when nobody is watching.
Yeah, exactly. And it's necessarily like, so when you think of integrity, you guys, everybody that's listening or anything like that, you have integrity to so many other things, but the key to integrity is having integrity to yourself. Period.
Oh my God, how many promises do you keep? If somebody else asks you to do something, more than likely you're gonna do it, and you're gonna keep your integrity to whatever promise you made to that person, right? But if we really think about it, how many times do we do that to ourselves?
Exactly.
With ourselves?
Exactly. Like if you're the mom that's supposed to pick up the kids, everybody from the school, like no matter what, you're there on time. You're making sure like your schedule's adjusted to it. You're making sure that everything is lined up for you to be there.
You're not going to just not pick up your kids. You're not going to...
And not your family, your friends' kids or so-and-so. You're always going to be there.
Yeah.
But then the moment that I would ask somebody, well, what are you going to do for yourself? And the reason that I've shared that is because being on extreme weight loss, that was one of the biggest, that's the ultimate thing, in all honesty, is integrity. I remember Chris walking in, Heidi walking in, and this was a casting, so all of us were shocked that they were even there, and it was an awesome moment, and they started talking to us, and they said, you know what the problem is? And we were all like, oh, here we go, we're ready for the secret. Here we go, like the problem, okay, what do we need to cut out? And they said, what it is you guys don't have any integrity. And like when you hear that as a person, you're
sure
like,
you guys just like washed up.
Oh
like,
yeah.
What?
I was pissed. You know what I mean? You're like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And then when he says, you have integrity to everybody else, but you don't have any integrity to yourself. And he goes, 2015, that's going to be my year. 2016, oh yeah, that's going to be my year. You know what I mean? All those times. And I know everybody that's listening at some point has said, oh, the diet starts on Monday. Oh, this starts on Monday. Oh, I'm going to be honed in here. And like, it is the most like honest thing that we all as individuals have the hardest time of keeping our integrity to ourselves. And like we've said over time and time again, that we're going to say time and time again, is keep it simple. Keep it simple. Because if you can't keep it simple, you're not going to be able to keep your integrity, especially if you're getting started. And you get started and you're like, okay, I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to drink all my water. Oh my gosh. We've seen this 1,000 times. Just a fail waiting to happen.
You go from keeping no promises to yourself to all of a sudden you have 100 promises to keep to yourself. That's a great way to set yourself up for failure.
Exactly. So like, that's why we always say start off so slow. Like, and integrity needs to be so freaking important to you. Like, it needs to be on your mind. And when we said that, the reason we shared that quote at the beginning, it is so true. Like, I could look Rachel in the face and be like, oh yeah, I'm sticking to plan. I don't know what's going on. No. I'm ready for if I'm doing a show, I'm ready for my show. I've been doing good. And she can be like, yeah, okay, cool. And I'd be like, I did 25 minutes on the treadmill or 25 minutes of cardio. And the only person that really knows the honest truth is you. Like, I could easily stop at 24 minutes and say I stopped at 25. Yeah, I got in 25. Am I keeping my integrity? No. It has to, and now, would a minute or even 10 seconds matter in my transformation, a physical transformation? No, it wouldn't. It seriously wouldn't mean crap. But you know what it's going to mean? This up here, right in your head. When you lay down at night and you put your head down on the pillow, you're the only one that knows. Like, you're the one that knows if you kept your integrity, if that's going to keep you up. Because as a football coach, I'd rather take an entire team that's not as talented, not as skilled, and take an entire team that keeps their own personal integrity. Because if you've ever been an athlete or if you've ever been a part of something, they say, run to the white line. Okay, you coming up an inch short to the white line. Is that the point? No, it's the point that they did it, they touched it, gave it everything they had, and ran back. I want a team that's going to watch their film the whole time. Like, I know that's what they're going to do because they're doing it for themselves, keeping their integrity. And that's what it boils down to, everything in your life. Whether it's your job, whether it, like, if you're starting your business, and the moment your business is going well, and you get out of integrity with your own business, your business is eventually going to fail. Period. I don't care who you are. It might not fail right off the bat. It might be successful, but eventually it is going to, because integrity is that important. And it's the same way with transformation. People want to talk about, this is a very touchy subject. People want to talk about why people gain the weight back from the show or gain the weight back, period. And there's this statistic of what it is. What is the statistic? It's pretty outrageous if you've lost over 100 pounds, right? Like, you've gained the weight back.
I don't know what that statistic is.
But whatever it is, you can Google it and look it up. But the thing that it is missing when you Google it and look it up of why they did is integrity. That's why. The reason is because they were out of integrity. Bottom line. Like, it was all one simple thing that they messed up with. And there is the simplest, most easiest thing to get back on integrity. And what is it? You know it.
CRR?
There it is. Yep. Boom.
Confess, reassess, recommit.
Yep. Right there. Confess, reassess, recommit. And if you're living with integrity, that is living with integrity.
Yeah.
Because none of us are perfect. Okay? None of us are. And I always say, if you mess up, just like Rachel just went over, confess, reassess, recommit. And what that means is like, okay, if we keep it simple, if Rachel's like, how did your cardio go? Oh, man. You know what? I did almost everything, but I stopped at 24:50. I was going to go 25, but I stopped 10 seconds short. And then we reevaluate the situation and be like, wow, what do you think that was? You know what? Maybe that was just a fluke for the day. I got soft and tapped out. You know, like, okay. And then it's like, but I promise you tomorrow. Like, if Rachel was that way, I'd be like, I promise you tomorrow I'm getting 25 freaking minutes in. You know, and then I've recommitted. And what is your response when people tell you clearing their integrity? Are you a freaking, you better, no, I know she's not. But how do you respond to them in all seriousness?
Well, in talking to somebody about clearing their integrity, I mean, it's just like what you just talked about. None of us are perfect. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but it's admitting that you didn't hold true to your integrity and then committing to yourself that you are going to keep the integrity next time. And it's not really, it's not integrity to somebody else. You may be telling somebody else that you're going to keep this integrity, maybe you're not. But it's important that you keep it for yourself. So going that when you committed to 25 minutes, going 24 minutes and keeping that integrity like Bruce talked about is so extremely important, not because it matters. It's going to make that much difference in your journey. If you went 25 minutes, it's going to make all the difference in your mentality, in the, your belief in your drive, in what you're doing for yourself, right? Would you do the same thing for somebody else? Like, would you commit to doing something for somebody and you commit to driving to, pick something up for them or to take them somewhere and you have 25 miles to take them. Would you only take them 24 and tell them to get out and walk the extra mile? No, you wouldn't, because you committed to taking them all the way. Why wouldn't you take yourself all the way?
Exactly. And the other thing too is like where she was saying is keeping your integrity of that mental mindset of building. That's really what it is. It's like literally that belief. Like if you want to learn to believe yourself, keep your integrity. Like why wouldn't you, the ultimate thing is, I think is like loving yourself enough to keep your integrity. I mean, a lot of us are like, oh, I don't deserve that. Well, you know what? If you're not keeping your integrity, then that's where you're at, and that's why you don't love yourself. But as you continue to keep your integrity, you will start to love yourself.
Oh my God. I just talked to somebody about that, about creating that in their lives, that love for themselves. And I just love what you just said about when you have integrity for yourself, when you commit and have that integrity, that's going to build that love. That's going to build that self-love. And how extremely important that is. Like, you're loving yourself by keeping your integrity in whatever it is in your life, whether it's with your kids, like with yourself as your spouse, in your business, in your health and fitness journey, in loving yourself in every single aspect of your life. It's about keeping the integrity and what that builds in all those areas.
Yeah, and it feeds into so many things, integrity. It feeds into comparing, feeds into your moods, it feeds into all that. Because if you sit there, if you're driving right now, and I don't know, this is for me, just speaking of me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but when I'm out of integrity, I'm also miserable to be around. I look at things on social media, it bugs me. You know, if somebody's like doing something successful, it bugs me. You know, I get mad. But really, what the only reason I'm mad is because my integrity sucks.
Because you're not keeping your integrity.
Yeah, but if my integrity is good, and that means also, like we said, not being perfect, but clearing it.
Yeah.
And living like that, I'm happy for Joe Schmo. I'm happy for like anybody. I can look at social media good. I can watch TV good. I get along with people good. Things are just like life is so much better.
In integrity.
Integrity.
Yeah.
And the ultimate thing is you can look in the freaking mirror and love what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Because you have to decide. When you're not keeping your integrity is exactly when you look in the mirror in the mornings and you hate what you see.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because when you're keeping your integrity consistently, you will love what you see in the mirror.
So what's an action item that we can get them to work on to start building integrity?
It's like we've talked about before is baby steps. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you struggling with? Like, what are you
thinking of one promise that you can keep to yourself every single day? It does not have to be a huge thing. It can be one promise. And you're going to keep that promise to yourself every single day. So you guys, I talked about it earlier. Mine for my health and fitness journey is water. So my one promise, no matter how my nutrition went, no matter how anything, like no matter if I got my workout in or whatever, my one promise is that I got my gallon of water in. And so before I lay my head down on my pillow at night, I will make sure that I kept that promise to myself. I don't care if I have to pee all night long. I will make sure that I kept my integrity. And once you keep that promise, then you add on top and you stack it and you grow and you grow and you grow and you build and that self-love, as you keep that integrity, it grows. So our action item is that you create one promise to yourself, that you keep it every single day. And when you don't keep it, you got to clear your integrity and you got to get right back at it. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
We could talk all day on integrity, but other than that, take that, run with it, and we're out.